The world abounds in change through man's ability.
Welcome to Foulcast, everybody. I'm Josh.
I'm Ken.
I'm Doug.
And I think we just had our whole show.
We did. We just had the whole show before we started recording.
Al-Qaeda's on the loose.
Yeah.
I told Doug about this when I came in.
Al-Qaeda and the Taliban.
He didn't hear about the attack on the Capitol today. Did you?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah. So there was a bomb threat at the Capitol. Brace yourselves, everybody. It was an elder white man yelling in his phone in his pickup truck.
Communicating via whiteboard.
God.
Every fucking stereotype about these guys.
Yeah.
I particularly enjoyed the ongoing narrative and how he basically was like a kid. If you're playing a game with a kid and you're like say you're playing like swords or something, you're like, I got you, and he's like, oh no, I'm invincible to that. Okay, and then I'm gonna shoot my magic. Oh no, I'm made out of ice, so you can't. Your fire doesn't help. Yeah, like they were like
moving the goalposts.
Yeah,
over
he
and
was
over
just
again.
like, at one point he was like, I have a dead man switch, and then he's like, I see a sniper.
That's
it's actually
amazing.
tied to what was it like? Noise level. So if a window breaks, the bombs will go off.
Oh my God.
Jesus, dude.
No, I didn't catch the end of it. Did he actually not have anything?
No, he just got out. He just gave himself up.
I did hear he gave himself
Yeah.
up. I didn't know he didn't have a bomb though.
No,
I'm not surprised he didn't have a bomb.
Yeah,
No,
so
in fact,
it's like I told you. He was driving down the street, yelling in his phone, and he just got so carried away that he pulled over and he's like, "I have a bomb."
I especially love that he went to the Library of Congress. And Congress isn't even in session.
Yeah.
I'm sure he didn't.
No,
I'm sure he
that
thought
didn't register
that's
for
what
him.
they live there.
Yep. You blow that building up.
Yep.
Take out the whole government.
It's in the name.
Right?
Don't know what that first word is, but Congress is there.
Yeah.
So, okay, obviously this guy was a fucking moron.
Mm-hmm.
Is a fucking moron, because, amazingly he didn't go... Well, it's not amazing, he's a white guy.
Yeah. Even the police coverage
But, he...
was clear he's a white dude.
Yeah.
Because the police, the thing I saw, the chief was like, yeah, his mom just died.
Oh my
like,
God!
oh, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. Give the guy some leeway there, bro.
But,
His mom just died of COVID. No, she wasn't vaccinated.
Yeah.
obviously this guy's an idiot. Grade A, world-class idiot. Idiot champion of wherever the fuck he's from.
North Carolina.
That's a big win right there. No, this guy's fucking dumb. But, even, the dumbest person, if I tell Congress I have a bomb outside their building, then blank. What could possibly go in the blank that's good for you?
Yeah, exactly.
Or anybody, except for maybe a podcast that needs to spend a few minutes of material.
Did he have any demands?
Oh, yeah, it was they were nonsensical, but it was all Biden needs
He had
to...
just watched Airheads.
Biden needs to renounce Satan.
Yeah, it was something he needs to give the government over to... I don't care.
Wow. Just fucking wow.
Yeah.
Alright, are we ready to move on to more amusing topics?
Please.
I went to Wisconsin, and I almost have nothing to talk about from Wisconsin. Which...
You start getting in some trouble when you go places.
Yo, I tried. I was on the lookout for the hookers. Yeah. I wasn't gonna order one online.
Yeah, just talk to one, interview one,
But,
come back with it.
I was gonna pay her for sex.
Oh, okay.
Casey's like, don't you dare come home unless you fill up this hooker card.
Come home with your dick wet or don't come home at all. No, she's like, honestly, it would be a good story if you found a prostitute in Milwaukee
Yeah.
and had sex with her. And I'm like, you right, it would, but I'm not going to, like, make it easy on myself, because it would have been very easy to go to one of those websites where they catalog escorts and there's reviews and everything, and just give one a call and say, hey, are you available? I have this hotel room, come on over, bada bing, bada boom. That just feels like cheating on a lot of levels, but, like, Casey was fine with it, so...
I didn't feel like wife. Love of my life. The reason I had to wake in the morning... Why are you telling me to get a Wisconsin whore?
Yeah.
Josh,
Can I get anything?
There's something up here.
Yeah.
are you familiar with TV tropes?
No.
You don't know TV tropes?
I know TV tropes. I've never heard the Wisconsin whore TV trope.
There's not a Wisconsin whore TV trope. It's called the rule of funny. If it's funny,
No, I don't
nothing
know if
else matters.
I don't
Nothing
know if
else
that
matters.
applies.
Well, anyway, I was 100% fully prepared to stick my dick in some grade A Wisconsin poontang, but I didn't see any. I'm driving around Milwaukee at night. I even drove by the areas where everybody says the hookers hang out. I didn't see a single goddamn hooker.
Oh, COVID.
I guess so. I was like, I'm vaccinated.
Whatever I catch won't immediately kill me. I won't die with in the next 2 weeks. But my dick might fall off.
That would at least have been a good story if I had found a whore.
Yeah, that would have been amazing.
Yeah.
What you should have done is just called Casey and been like, hey, fucking find me a whore. I'll be at this address. Have that whore show up there.
Yeah, she could.
Just have her show up.
Yeah.
No, because Casey would fuck with me.
Yeah, right.
Casey would fuck with me. She would get me the most decrepit 65-year-old whore who only just recently started hoeing because she can't afford to live on her fixed income after she retired.
Because she was forced out of her nursing occupation since she wouldn't get the COVID vaccine.
She was on her way out anyway.
I don't think Casey would send you an unvaccinated hooker.
I don't think she would intentionally send me an unvaccinated hooker, but she would 100% send me like a septuagenarian.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I'm talking.
Oh no, it's not.
I think she
if she paid for it, I'm doing it. I'm fucking this 70-year-old woman, but
yeah. I don't think she hates you enough to
well, no.
possibly endanger the both of you.
Yeah, I mean, I would be in very little danger, and as Josh and I were discussing before you got here, it's not all that hard to just say anybody who hasn't gotten the vaccine by now.
Fuck them. I agree with that, 100%.
Like, yeah, it doesn't even feel bad anymore. Yeah. It's just what it is.
Unless you're one of the 0.00% that actually has a medical reason.
Right.
Fuck you.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, if you are part of that percentage, you should probably just be staying home. Like, please just stay home. We don't want you to die.
No, I like to think that Casey would send you 3 people, and 2 of them just work normal jobs, but one of them's the hooker.
And you gotta suss it out.
Like, she just finds somebody on Craigslist
Yeah.
to come hang out.
Or,
2 people on Craigslist to just come hang out.
Or she gets like a handyman to come by, and she tells you that the handyman is a role play. So you're not sure which person coming by is the one you're supposed to fuck.
It's a lot of fucking traffic to a hotel room.
Right? Yeah. It was one of those hotel rooms where you need the room key to get the elevator to go up to the guest floors too. So like the hotel staff would have had to set them up every time.
They're like, I'm sending you a pizza, a repairman, and a singing telegram. One of them's a hooker.
So, if I'm already gonna fuck a Milwaukee hooker, that game's gonna end really quickly in my favor, because at that point I have so little shame left that I'm just gonna be like, are you a prostitute? And if they say no, I'm gonna be like, my wife was playing a prank on you. I'm expecting a prostitute. Yeah. Have a nice day, though.
And then they're like, well, the economy's bad. How much does it pay?
Yeah, fucking all 3 of them.
She's already paid. She's already paid. If I'm getting a mystery hoe, I'm not paying for it.
She didn't like pin a Benjamin to your collars. This is for the hookers.
Oh my God.
No, but then Doug would come home and he'd tell Casey what happened, And Casey'd be pissed because she's like, I only said you could fuck a prostitute.
You fucked the handyman and everything.
She's like, that's cheating.
I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Accidental adultery
We're talking
sucks.
approved.
But, so, I went to Wisconsin. The day before I got there, I went on Thursday. Wednesday night. No, I'm sorry. Tuesday night. They found out about it on Wednesday. The rental car that the other guys who were already there had rented got stolen
Oh, I saw that on Sam. Sam posted about that.
from
Yeah,
our
okay.
hotel parking lot.
That makes sense.
Turns out they had 0 cameras. There are no cameras outside of that hotel.
It's Wisconsin.
Oh.
It's Milwaukee.
Doesn't exactly
I don't know.
roast it in my eyes.
I don't know what to think about Milwaukee. Is it like
It's old.
crime ridden?
I know that much.
I just know there's a beer out there that made it famous. Schlitz, right?
Old Milwaukee.
I think it might have been Old Milwaukee, actually. I'm not sure.
That's a terrible catchphrase.
There's a shitload of beers that are from Milwaukee.
Yeah,
though. It's just
that's
where
a
the breweries
that's a
are.
shit catchphrase. If you're Old
If you're
Milwaukee,
Old
the
Milwaukee.
the beer that made Milwaukee famous, I think it's Schlitz.
It might be Miller.
Maybe.
The fuck?
It's not Leinenkugel.
Maybe it's Yingling. Yingling sounds like a Milwaukee beer.
Oh my god.
Fucking Old Milwaukee. How much more Milwaukee beer do you get than Old Milwaukee?
Yeah, it's just not a very creative advertising slogan.
Yeah, you're using the same word twice, and not in like a good way.
Yeah, kind of like a lazy way.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Old Milwaukee. Unless that's not your advertising slogan, in which case I'm sorry. But honestly, also kind of fuck you. You're
Yeah,
a huge
fuck-
corporation.
Yeah. I'm never drinking Old Milwaukee. I'm sure it tastes
Me
like,
neither.
just like the rest of them.
I'm pretty sure I have, and I don't remember what it was like, so... Probably tastes a lot like a PBR.
Yeah.
You know, I think Old Milwaukee might be the only one of those that I haven't tried. Maybe Busch. I don't know if I've had Busch before.
I don't have. No. I haven't
Like,
had-
Busch owns all of the beers, but like
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had an actual Busch beer either.
I mean, I know I've had Bud, and that's just watered down water.
They took water and then they diluted it with water. I mean, Budweiser is like rice beer.
Yeah.
It's a lot like Japanese beer, except without any flavor. Ugh. Oh, I had a great Japanese beer in Milwaukee, though.
Old Milwaukee-San.
Old Milwaukee. Oh boy. Yeah, no. One of the nights, me and Mike, our VP of sales, I think he's actually our entire sales department, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But he's our VP of sales because we work with financial institutions. They don't take you seriously if you're just like, yeah, I'm the sales guy.
Yeah, right.
VP of sales. We went to it was the only night that we had where it was just like me and him, because Sam was there before that for a day, but our restaurant options are limited because he's pescatarian. And there were places that Mike wanted to hit up, and of all places to choose, we chose a sushi bar, which Sam could totally have just eaten at. But we went in and we're like, oh, this place is fucking legit. They've got the like $500 bottles of scotch up on the shelves and like lots of them. This place does business, and they like if Japanese like businessmen come into town, this is where they come to get their sushi. So I'm like, okay, this is exciting. And then we see when we sit down at the bar, there's a little menu and it says all you can eat sushi, $26.95.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, okay, there's a place in Mechanicsburg that does all you can eat sushi for $27. It's not
Yeah.
it's not high quality sushi, but it is technically sushi. So even if that's what we end up getting,
Right.
I'm down for this. And Mike was like, yeah, the other non-sushi items that they have on this menu are usually really expensive. So we could just eat those if the sushi sucks. So we ordered a shit ton of sushi. But we got Ichiban. What's it called? What's the brand name? Ichiban is the name of the beer, which just means number one. I don't remember. It's not Asahi, and it's not. It wasn't Sapporo. I don't know. It was real good though. It's been a really long time since I had an actual Japanese beer.
I think I've had one once.
Yeah, that was the only beer that I drank the entire time I was in Milwaukee, and it was imported from Japan.
You do Milwaukee a disservice.
Well, Milwaukee did me a disservice. So yeah, they get up on Wednesday morning, and they're like, "Oh, where's our car? An awful lot of broken glass on the ground here." And
Wow.
the only things that were in the car were a gigantic $500 Pelican case that we had extra equipment in.
And Ken's Mr. Monster seat.
Yes,
Right.
my goddamn Skeleton Crew CD.
There was Mike's raincoat. It was like a Patagonia raincoat. It's like really nice. He was bummed. And our tickets for the state fair, because even as a vendor, you still have to pay admission every day to go in. And get your hand stamped if you leave, if you want to come back. It's the stupidest shit.
Wisconsin.
And our parking pass for the vendor lot,
Aw.
which we had to park in the vendor lot because I had to like move equipment in and out of the building. So every day that I went to the fair, which was every day, I had to go into the vendor line and say, "Hey, I'm a vendor. Here's my vendor like lanyard that I wear around my neck. Our parking pass was stolen along with our rental car on Wednesday. I just need to park." And every day they would say, like they didn't actually believe my story, even though it was actually the same person I was telling the story to each day.
Oh, man.
Same story too.
Same story. "Hi, I'm a vendor. Rental car got stolen. Had our parking pass in it. Need to park." Every single day, I had to say that to like two different people. The two same people. And every day, both of them would be like, "Yeah, okay. All right, fine. Go ahead." And then the last day, when I was going to be parked there the longest, because I actually had to like load equipment into the car, the girl says, "Yeah, go ahead and park over there. If it gets towed, it gets towed." And I'm like,
fuck?
You just heard me tell you for the fourth time, to be clear, for the fourth time, that our first rental car got stolen, and now you're just like, "Nah, might tow your second rental car." Don't fuck with me.
Can nobody give
I
me...
just spent 4 fucking days not having sex with a prostitute. Don't fuck with me.
She's
Could
like,
nobody-
"Listen, man, your wife has been calling me for 4 fucking days trying to get me to not fuck you."
Could nobody fucking, like, verify that, yes, you're a vendor, and, hey, we should get this guy another parking pass?
Apparently not.
You would think.
Jesus.
Well, the parking passes were pre-printed. They couldn't just whip another one up. But, like...
Something?
Yeah, just seriously, like, write a note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Write a fucking note.
take my picture. Something.
Do something.
Yeah.
It is literally going to be me. I'm the only person who's allowed to drive this second rental car.
Yeah.
Because rental car companies are fucking weird. But here's the real clincher. The reason... I'm gonna tell you this first. When I found out that their car got stolen, it's because Mike called me to ask me something else and was like, "Oh, by the way, our fucking car got stolen." And I'm like, "What was it?" And he was like, "A Kia." And I said, "What's the question? What's the follow-up question to that?"
Who steals a Kia?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did they steal a Kia? Turns out, exactly 33% of the cars stolen in Milwaukee are Kias. Exactly another 33% stolen are Hyundais. and exactly the whatever 34% are all of the other kinds of cars.
So, like, there's a huge market for Kias and Hyundais, and
they're easy to steal and not get caught. So here's the thing about those two makes of car. The rear windows, not the rear windshield, but like the rear windows in the sedans are not connected to the alarm system.
Good to know.
So you can just kind of pop them out. And then, once you're in the car, you can hotwire it by connecting a USB-A to USB-A cable to two different USB ports in the car. It will start if you do that. There's one under the steering column and one in the console, and if you plug a fucking USB cable in there and short them out, the car will start.
Wow.
That is the dumbest fucking thing.
It's pretty fucking dumb.
Heard.
It's pretty fucking dumb.
Wow.
Also, known issue, Kia and Hyundai and the police in Milwaukee and all of the car rental companies know this, and the Kia was rented from Budget.
Mm-hmm.
All of Budget's fleet was Kias. So when I got there, they had reserved me a car at Hertz instead of Budget. Hertz's entire fleet is Hyundais.
Oh, man.
So they gave me a Hyundai, and I said, "Hey, Joe, they gave me a Hyundai," and he said, "That's bullshit." And I'm like, "They didn't have anything else to give me, Joe." So we figured out that the car rental companies are sending their Kias and Hyundais to cities where they're very likely to get stolen, so that they can get newer cars by cashing in on the insurance.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's no other reason
fucking
for their
sense.
entire fleet to just be those.
I mean, if that's not what they're doing, you just got yourself a job at one of those companies. They're like, we got to tap this kid off.
Yeah. But, like, you know that they have other kinds of cars on the road elsewhere because we reserved a Mazda 3. Mm-hmm. They have those some places, but they don't have them in Milwaukee.
I feel like just, removing the USB port, having somebody go in there and fucking clip the wire, and then deal with it when
Put those two USB ports on unrelated systems.
Or I'm just saying, if you own the car, pop the thing, cut the wire, the one under the column, and then if it needs to go to the the garage or something, just say like, "Hey, we clipped it because we didn't want to get stolen."
Yeah. Mike was like super pissed off because he was the one who rented the car. He had to file all the paperwork and talk to the police and everything. And but he was like, "This is like negligence." On the part of the car rental companies. These are their vehicles. They could have done something to them to keep them from getting that easily stolen, but also, like, they shouldn't have them here if 2 out of every 3 cars that get stolen is one of those.
And you would think the insurance companies would be like, "Dude, like, try a little harder." Like,
you'd think that the insurance companies would fucking drop them.
Yeah, or like charge them through the roof.
Yeah, like either that or just stop paying out. Yeah. I have no fucking idea, man. It's weird. Yeah. They did end up recovering the car. It was totaled. Somebody just took it on a joyride. And then they left the coat. They took the parking pass, apparently. So the people who stole our rental car may very well have been just parked elsewhere in the lot that I just had to talk myself into because they got our parking pass. Which, if they had just looked up who we were, and each rental or each parking tag was unique, they could have seen who was using that tag. But they didn't. It was fucked up. And then also there was no reason for me to be there whatsoever.
Yeah. Everything worked.
No. They didn't use it.
Oh, even better.
So we were doing a demo for a company, second largest furniture company in the country, largest bedding furniture company in the country. It's Mattress Firm. I'm just gonna say it's Mattress Firm.
Oh. Shit.
It's fucking Mattress. I'm calling you guys out. No, I'm not calling out Mattress Firm, but like, Synchrony Bank is who Mattress Firm uses for their customer financing. And so Synchrony said, hey, you can have a cascade. You can have it so that not only do you not have to fill out a paper application, which is what they're still doing at Mattress Firm. Second largest furniture retailer in the country, they're still using paper credit applications. Instead of doing that, you can just have the customer beep, boop, beep on their phone or on a kiosk or on a tablet, whatever, and submit it electronically. And if we don't approve them, Great American Finance might. And if they don't approve them, they can get a rent to own deal from a SEMA or something. Like, you guys can do that. It won't even cost you anything. We'll buy your hardware for you. Mm-hmm. And so they were like, that sounds like a pretty sweet deal, honestly. Why don't you demo that for us? And so Synchrony was like, hey, Versatile, why don't you guys go demo your shit at the Wisconsin Fair? Because they're going to have 4 booths there. So you can set up your shit in their booths and let them use it for the fair.
Okay.
And then they can see how much easier it is. And
beep, boop, beep.
Yeah, they were selling beds and chairs and shit at this Wisconsin.
Because when I think beds and chairs,
they were selling $10,000 massage chairs, and people were buying them.
When you go to the Wisconsin Skate Fair, you get fucking crazy.
I guess that's why I'm not in the furniture industry.
Right? I wouldn't have thought to do that.
Yeah.
I'd have thought that the number of $10,000 chairs you'd sell at a state fair would be very close to zero.
Yeah. I don't know. If I were knowing that information, I might go try to sell some chairs at fucking Chicks in Hummelstown or something.
I mean, I would think, like, people are here to buy livestock and eat deep-fried cheese the size of their heads.
Yeah. See a boulder sculpture.
Surprising lack of deep fried cheese.
Yeah.
I was actually really, really disappointed. I ate some gator though. I had gator bites. It was like popcorn gator.
What is it? What is it like?
It's a lot like chicken.
Yeah, but the difference is it's like sweeter. No.
No. It's
okay, then I don't know what the fuck I ate.
It's slightly gamier, and the texture is a little bit more flaky.
Okay. We had a conversation in our team's chat, and I thought I had gator. I know I had it, but I don't. I had something else that I'm remembering the taste of. Because what I had was like sweet chicken, sweet greasy chicken.
You had Panda Express, is what you had.
It might have been like emu or something.
That's a hell of an exclamation, dude. Sweet greasy chicken. So yeah, we set everything up there. We flew 5 people out to Wisconsin from Pennsylvania and back so that we could show them this technology. And Synchrony was paying us to do it. They were like, we will hire you to go out and show this to this company so that they can stop doing fucking paper applications in 2021. And we show up, and they're all like, I don't really think that I really want to use that. And they just kept using their paper applications. And so we're like, not me, because I wasn't there yet, but the guys that were there were like putting feelers out among the salespeople, like, why do you not want to use this? And they're like, well, we're worried about fraud because we, the salespeople, are personally financially liable for any fraud that occurs. And I'm like, well, fuck capitalism. That's not okay at all. But like Sam and the other guys explained to them, like, well, that's not that much of a concern because we've built in fraud protection into our software. Like, we thought of that. We didn't just not think of that. And they're like, yeah, I don't know. And then a couple of people used it a couple of times. I think it was like one of the 4 different booths ever used any of it. So they used it a couple of times, and they were like, well, is there a place in this whole process where we have them sign something? Like, I know that that we collect like their ID and everything to verify their identity when we process their order, but like, what about for the application? And we're like, look, if you're collecting that already, it's not a thing. You have that collected.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we understand you want to cover your asses. We will set it up so that when somebody gets approved, you get a receipt emailed to this address that we set up for you. You've got printers on site already. Print it out, have them sign it.
Mm-hmm.
Done. Well, our email goes through Google's servers, not Google, Amazon's server. No, it was Google. It's Google servers because we use Gmail for our company email because fucking everybody does now. Their legal department heard the word Google and email and were like, you're doing an illegal right now. You're sending personal information of customers to Google. Mm-hmm. And it's like, no. Like, the only information that was in there was like customer's name, last for the account number, reference number for the application. Mm-hmm. Probably the amount that they got approved for the convenience of the salesperson. None of that is personally identifiable information except for the person's name.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like, yeah, you can send my name to Google all you want. It doesn't do any good by itself.
Yeah.
So, their legal department gave us, like, a cease and desist notice.
What the fuck goes on at state fairs? Right? You have your whole legal department out in tow.
Oh, they weren't there?
Oh.
They just got some of the communication from us
Just
on
somebody
it?
was like...
And they were just like, nope, shut it the fuck down.
Yeah, somebody called legal and they're like, they're Googling!
So that happened...
It's like President Nicaragua here.
Yeah. So that happened the day that I got there. The next day, I was like, okay, well, we're going to find out if their legal department has, like, come to understand what's actually going on, wised up a little bit, and is going to let us use the stuff. The answer to that question is no. They did not let us use the stuff. And also, the next day, they had hidden all of our equipment. And we were like, we understand you not using it, or even just, like, turning it off. But, like, why did you hide all of it? And they're like, the Synchrony rep is going to be here tomorrow, and we don't want them to see it. And we're like, Synchrony paid us to come here!
Yeah, you're going to fuck us.
They had no idea. They had no idea what was going on. None of them had any idea what was going on. So basically, they flew me to Milwaukee to putz around for 4 days, then pack up the equipment that didn't get used and mail it back, and then fly back home.
And no hookers.
Not even a hooker. Didn't even get to go to Half Price Books.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I wanted to check out their Laserdisc selection.
Like, when Synchrony showed up, like, someone go up to him and be like, look, these cavemen won't use the,
I refused to go to their booths on that day. That was Saturday. I was like, no, fuck these guys. Like, I'll go to the fair, but I'm just going to fuck around. I'm going to eat me some deep fried olives with cream cheese.
That's
and
crazy.
ranch. Ranch wasn't good.
Not an olive guy.
No?
No.
Neither am I like it in a quesadilla. It's like the one time.
We're talking like black olives, though?
Yeah.
These were green olives.
I don't. They
You
got
don't fuck with
pimento
green
in them,
olives?
right?
No, they didn't put pimento in these. They put cream cheese. They stuffed with cream cheese. Now, there were other ones that they stuffed with peppadew peppers.
Peppadew.
I've heard peppadews are like a big regional thing, and people fucking love them. But I'm like, they're probably hot.
Yeah.
I just got the original ones.
I don't want to get any of that Milwaukee hot farts.
Well, and the lemonades at the state fair are $9. So I was not going to eat any spicy food.
Yeah.
It's $9, and then there's an extra $1 charge if you're using a card to pay for it.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Lemonade gives me heartburn. I'm not trying to change the subject.
Yeah, no, it does for me too. It's just better than everything
Is it
else
heartburn,
they have
or is it
available.
that time you got roundhouse kicked in the chest?
Shit. So there were 3 concerts at the state fair that I was
Okay.
potentially interested in. One happened before I got there, and that was Foreigner with Asia.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I'd have given my left and right nut to see that show. One for Foreigner and one for Asia.
Just
And they just still have one left over.
Testicle hits him in the face. We're
Go
already
from
playing.
3-ball McGarvey to 1-ball McGarvey. Said you still had one left over.
One left over for,
The hooker.
for the hooker. I didn't have cash, and I don't have Cash App, so.
I hope you're not just giving your nut to a hooker, though.
Well, I mean, that's
Pro-
kind of the point.
The nut as in the product of the nut.
Yeah.
No, I mean the whole nut.
Like the whole nut? No.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. She was hot. Whatever. I've told Casey already that I hate having balls, and she's told me that she wouldn't be mad if I got rid of them at some point, so.
Does everything? Can you still function?
What do you mean?
Like,
Yeah, you still nut without nuts.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You
There
can?
wouldn't be
You
any
just
sperm.
don't.
okay.
Wouldn't be no swimmers.
Oh yeah, I guess when you get the snip, they're just hanging around down there, anyways.
Yeah, just kind of decoration then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I asked her, though. I was like, if I got rid of my balls, would you want me to get the like, rubber ones
Yeah.
that you can put in there, like they give the dogs? Like rich people give their dogs.
I'm sorry,
Do you want me to give my nuts to dogs?
And she's like, you don't actually have to do that. So I don't have to worry about any of that shit either. What was I even talking? What the fuck
concert.
was I talking? Okay.
Yeah, obviously.
Right, yeah, no. Foreigner in Asia leads naturally to, yeah, rich people put fake balls in their dog's scrotums.
Well, you gotta balance them out.
Yeah.
You don't just want them walking in a circle.
Yeah, poor Utley just. That's how he blew out his ACL, just walking totally off balance.
So that concert happened before I showed up. There was another concert, which was Boys to Men with Genuine, which I really thought about.
Oh, I would have gone just to see the experience of Boys to Men and Genuine at the
In
State
Milwaukee.
Fair.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
in
that's-
Milwaukee.
I'd have been looking at the crowd, not the show.
There's a very large African American population in Milwaukee. They would
Okay.
they would have probably had pretty close to the normal.
That's like I
crowd,
said, I know
honestly.
nothing about Milwaukee.
Yeah. I would have actually really loved to see Boys to Men and Genuine, especially at the Milwaukee Fair, but like, it was like $60.
That's too much.
Oh man,
I wouldn't pay that at home.
That's not Willie
I wouldn't
Nelson.
pay it in Milwaukee.
And the only reason I pay $60 to see Willie is he might die soon.
So, the third show that I thought about going to was only $40.
it was the Electric Six.
No, I would have gone to see Electric Six. I would have.
They tore the Milwaukee Fair down.
It was Hank Jr.
No shit.
Yeah. Hank Williams Jr. was playing on Sunday night, right before I left to come back home. The only reason I didn't go see him, because I didn't want to kill all of the Hank Williams Jr. fans in Milwaukee.
Well, you might not want to. You might have wanted to kill Hank too, because he's a red hat lady.
What about Hank 3?
No, not a red hat lady.
I thought you were gonna say the only reason you didn't go was because you were afraid he was gonna be Casey's third hooker.
Oh, tell me you wouldn't fuck Hank Williams Jr.
He was a real hooker too.
He was the actual hooker.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you know? Hold on. First of all, do you know he's blind?
Hank Jr. is blind?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't know.
Okay.
Diabetes?
No, he fell down a mountain.
Oh!
So
Well, that story went way different than I
yeah, so
expected.
Casey sends Hank Williams Jr. to your room. He's like, "Where are you, Doug? I want to suck your dick."
Over here, Hank.
Yeah. You
Meanwhile, the handyman and the singing telegram were just hanging out. And they're like, "Hey, Doug, did Hank Williams Jr. just stumble into your hotel room and demand to suck your dick?"
I was paid to do a job, and God damn it, a Williams always swallows.
Hank Jr.'s just slobbing my knob, and I just look at the other guys, and I'm like, what would you do?
The guy knocks on the door. He's like, I got my raincoat back.
Oh, he did. Did I mention that?
Yeah.
That was the only thing that we recovered out of that car, though. They took the Pelican case. Well, there was nothing in there that would be useful to them.
Yeah.
I guess they just liked it.
Oh.
I think it also had not padlocks, but like combination
I'm
locks.
sure if you look in, you're like, oh, I'm sure there's something expensive in there. When you were done blowing him, or no, when he was done blowing you, I'm sorry. Unless you were gonna call it even and get your money back and blow him. Like, to send him on his way, you can put him out in your Kia. And then a Kia gets stolen again, and now Hank Williams Jr. is missing.
Oh, Hank just wipes it off his lips. He's like, gotta go blow another guy down the hallway.
He's just moving on down the line. The front desk started calling everybody's room. Does anybody want a blowjob from Hank too?
Oh, I'm glad that we were able to make something interesting about that, because I've done nothing for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was on vacation and I couldn't get myself to fucking leave the house to go to Walmart. Like, I was just which is is probably strange to most people, but I was just enjoying basically retired life. It's not much different than my normal life. I just didn't have to sit in front of my computer for 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So I tend to get on PlayStation, and I go to the PlayStation store, and I look at games that are on sale. I don't buy any, but I just look at them thinking, should I get this? And then I look at when it goes off sale.
And then you
I'm
look
like,
at
all
your
right,
sealed
I've got
copy of
this
fucking
much
Breath
time.
of the Wild.
Oh, man.
No, you shouldn't fucking buy that game, Josh. You have one of the best games to come out in the last 20 years sealed on your shelf.
So, I bought Divinity 2 around the time I got Breath of the Wild. Like, this is a little over a year ago.
Did you play that one?
Or no, I guess I've had Breath of the Wild for a long time, but I remember when I said I bought Divinity 2. I was like, this is just another game for me to start before Breath of the Wild to get a reaction out of Doug. And I finally started playing Divinity 2.
So you just now started playing?
Yeah. I fucking hate it.
Damn.
That's the one Is that the one you told us about last time?
I think so.
With it's
yeah,
really
okay,
fucking hard.
so-
Okay.
See, that's how little has happened in the past 2 weeks. I guess I'm going back to shit 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I have been playing Yakuza 0. I took a big fucking right turn when I found the casino, though. So
Yeah.
I've been playing poker for like 3 days.
I started playing Yakuza 3. And I'm not in love with it.
No?
No, I don't. The combat felt a little off to me in the beginning, and I think I talked to you guys about this before too.
Saying that.
And I got used to it, so it's not that. And I guess the story's fine, but I don't know, like a chunk of the story is taking care of these kids at this orphanage. And it's just not the Yakuza I signed up for. Or Yakuza.
Is this the first one that you're playing that also hasn't been like updated as much?
So it is,
A step backwards.
It's going to be different.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, most series don't hit on every game.
It's
what
not
does,
a bad
though?
game. but
Fucking Zelda does. All the Zelda games are good, Josh.
I don't know. I heard people complain about Majora's Mask.
Yeah, well, those
Nah,
people can suck
yeah.
a dick.
I was those people and I played it, and those people were wrong.
Yeah.
And I think I heard people complain about the one Ken's playing through right now, or was playing through.
Yeah.
Twilight Princess?
Skyward Sword.
Oh, Skyward Sword, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you're right.
there's no reason to complain anymore unless so long as you don't think about the fact that they hit a key game feature behind it.
So there is quite a reason to complain.
What game feature was that again?
Fast track.
Fast travel.
Yeah, that's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Like that, if you're playing it and you're getting the original game experience just without motion controls, and it's fine. And then you're like, wait, there's a fucking lot of backtracking in this game. Wish they would have done something about that. They did. That's shitty. But as a game, it's fine. It's not any worse than when it originally came out. It's only better.
No, it's not a bad game. It's just it doesn't have me gripped like the other three I've played do.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to getting through that, and at least up to like 5 or 6 when the systems were more modern to what was in the remakes.
From what I understand, what I was reading, that style of game is no longer for Yakuza.
No, they
The
moved
Like
to
a Dragon,
turn-based
the Like a
RPG.
Dragon engine is going to be the Yakuza games from here on out.
What?
And then they're switching the brawler style to some other series they have
Is that
because of how many they sold in Japan, probably.
That's so weird though, because Yakuza does like really well in Japan, and it's just like really hitting its stride here in the U.S. and like they're poised to make a buttload of money by doing nothing.
Yeah.
well, I mean, for what it is, like a Dragon has done pretty well. Like
Yeah.
it's been very well reviewed even here in the U.S.
Hmm.
So, I mean, they took a swing and they hit it. So.
Yeah, but like,
I find it strange that they're like, yep, this is what they're going to be. Like, they may do like one more, and if it doesn't hit, they're like, we're going back.
Yeah.
maybe, yeah.
But I mean, they also had like the Fist of the North Star game and the Judgment series.
Judgment, that's it. Judgment is going to be their brawler series from here on out.
Oh, okay. Who does Yakuza? Is it Capcom?
Sega.
Sega, that's right, because they have the...
Yeah.
Yeah. Hang on. Afterburner?
So far, I've come across Outrun and
Outrun.
Space Harrier.
Hang On was it? Oh yeah, Space Harrier. Hang On was in Shenmue,
Which one's Hang On?
the motorcycle one.
I'm trying to remember what was in Kiwami 1.
Hang On is in the Fist of the North Star game. I know that,
Yeah.
because I saw it in
They milk those fucking arcade games.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, they paid out the they probably didn't pay out the ass, but they got M2, the like top tier emulation developer, to do all
To
the
build the
games
emulator
inside
and-
these
oh my
Yakuza
God.
games. So they're probably like, yeah, we paid to get these things done right. So
We're gonna use them every opportunity. Yeah.
You know the Sega store in Yakuza? Not the big one by the casino, but there's the one on the street with like the burger joint.
Mhm.
That was one of the big Sega arcades in Japan. It just closed down.
wow,
Oh.
Yeah.
that's the part that's like just wild to me, is that like I'm walking around Japan. Like
Yeah.
if I magically woke up there, I'd be like, cool, I'm never going to go there. But like it's just wild to be walking around like someplace that looks like it's like a city, but it's also like the Ocean City Boardwalk. But it's the whole city.
Yeah.
I mean, it's part of Tokyo. It's just
Yeah.
like a little district of Tokyo.
Is Zero takes place in like the 80s too, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, walking around 1980s Japan,
Late 80s, yeah.
that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one of the cool things, which I think I mentioned before, is like you play 0, and then you play 1 and 2, and you see changes to the city, like not just like upgrades to buildings, but just kind of societal changes, like how trash is on the street or smoking in public and things like that. I mean, it's like it's an actual like living city.
Oh, that's
And the buildings are in the same place and shit.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I ended up I stopped playing Zero at some point just because I got distracted. Like I took a break, never ended up going back to it. Like how that goes with every game.
Yeah.
But like, I was really looking forward to, once I know my way around this city, I'll have a pretty good map of it in my head for the future games.
Yeah.
Because they do take place in the same area.
It is. It's very enjoyable. Just walk around. And then get into a fight or two. That's easy to do. I didn't. It took me a minute to wrap my head around what, like, I'm like, oh wait, like, I'm basically button mashing. I didn't expect that. I don't know what I was expecting out of the combat.
Yeah.
I mean, there is more to it than that, but
You can get good at it.
yeah, when I first picked it up, it was like, it took me a second to kind of, once I got to that point where you're going up the building
Yeah.
and you're just beating Yakuza ass all the
Yeah.
way through the building, I was like,
Okay,
now I get it. Now I get the point of the game.
I think Zero is the one that has like 3 different styles of combat that you can switch through, like
Mhm.
beast
Yep.
mode.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think that was in 1 and 2, but maybe it was. I don't know. Like I finish a game and then I might go back to it to like do certain achievements and stuff like that. But
It's been a bit.
yeah, I mean it's been a couple years since I really played the Yakuza games until I put 3 in.
I don't know.
Which I'll get back to, because it is a fun game. It's just I don't really care about the orphanage part.
Yeah. I did break up a panty ring.
Yeah.
Stop these girls from selling their panties.
Why?
Because this guy was going to cut her up. He got
Oh,
attached to her panties.
Well, I mean, that's separate from the panty selling.
Man, I talked them all out of it.
Man.
That-
All these girls are trying to do is make a living.
Well, no, because the one girl was forcing all the other schoolgirls to do it.
yeah.
Oh, this
Forced panty
This is
ring.
important information.
That's one thing I don't like about 3. There are a fucking ton of sub stories, but there aren't any really like fun or crazy
Goofy
sub
ones,
stories
yeah.
I've come across.
It's pretty mundane stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the over the top. Not like completely ridiculous, but like just a little bit
Yeah.
over the top nature of
Yeah.
the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
The panty selling though, that reminds me. Fucking brace yourselves. OnlyFans has decided to do something really fucking weird. And they're going to get rid of porn in October.
Wait, really?
That's the word right now.
I'm pretty sure that's where like
That
99%
is
of their money.
OnlyFans, yes.
Like there are non-porn creators that have OnlyFans accounts, but like it's almost all just porn.
They put a statement out today, and I guess it's because like they're having trouble finding investors, which I don't even know why they need, because they're making a fucking killing selling
Right.
porn. But they put a statement out today saying that sexually explicit material is going to be barred from the platform starting in October. So now I don't know, there's some people who are saying the way they've read into it is that porn is gone from OnlyFans, and there are some people who are saying the way they've read into it is like unverified porn is going from OnlyFans.
Okay, I mean,
Like-
I could see that.
And
I could definitely see investors being a little bit skittish if
Yeah.
there was unverified porn, but
so yeah,
There's a joke.
they're not
Porn
sure if
verifier.
it's
yeah.
they're not sure if like it's a just scorched earth policy, or if it's like what happened with Pornhub,
Huh.
which I was reading about. There was a website a couple years ago called Girls Do Porn, and like, I mean, they had like the hottest girls on the internet, and it was the only place they'd ever show up. So everyone was always like, well, how the fuck do they get these people? And then a couple of years ago, it like started like leaking out that these weren't exactly the most upright citizens. So they lure these chicks out there with like legit modeling intentions, and then they basically mentally assault them into filming a scene with them.
Oh my god.
You know, we flew you out here, we put you up in this hotel. If you're not going to do this for us, you owe us all this money for the ticket, you owe us all this money for the hotel. Sign this fucking contract, do the scene. And then they'd be like, if you sign the contract, it'll never be released on the internet. It'll only be on like DVD in South America and Australia.
And so they just straight up lied there too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fuck
So,
me.
yeah, they turned out to be really big fucking scumbags. And there was a legal case all around it. And I saw, like, last month, the one guy who did a bunch of the fucking, he got like 20 years.
Wow.
There's like another 4 people waiting to be sentenced or waiting for trial, but from what I've read, most of them just already pled guilty. So I would assume they're just waiting to be sentenced.
They must have gone for lighter charges than you would expect if that guy only got 20 years. Because that amounts to like many cases of rape.
Oh, yeah. There's at least like 20 cases of rape reported. But
he was only convicted of certain things that got him 20 years.
But I guess that was just part of him pleading guilty. You know, I'll take this.
Did he flip on the
Please.
rest of them or something?
Well,
Yeah.
anyway, the site owner, Pete, like fled the country. Nobody knows where he is. There's a $50,000 FBI reward for him right now. Like it was a real fucking racket.
Damn.
And apparently Pornhub had known shit wasn't on the level with them since like 2009, 2010, and they still promoted all their videos, and it got to the point where it wasn't deniable for them to say we didn't know shit wasn't on the level around 2016. So that was still another couple of years where they just went along with it, you know, taking all that ad money. That's part of the reason that Pornhub had to get rid of like all the unverified videos and basically killed their platform.
Oh my god. Yeah, everything on Pornhub's like samples from a pay porn site now, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Well, at least we still have cam sites.
I mean, if OnlyFans does shut down, like I'm pretty sure that everybody's seen the potential from it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That another site, there's probably already another 50 sites like it that exist. So
And way
everyone
more
will
in the
just
works.
Hydra.
Yeah.
migrate.
Porn Hydra.
Porn Hydra.
Yeah, cut off the
Damn.
head. 2 more.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking like the organization. Like, whoa. Oh, it's getting serious. Hail Porn Hydra. I feel like if OnlyFans got rid of porn completely, they would just be Patreon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, look what happened to Patreon when they decided to put the foot down on that.
I mean, I'm subscribed to a Patreon that has nudity in pictures. It's artistic nudity.
Yeah,
But-
artistic nudity.
Yeah, friend from high school has a modeling career.
Well, I think you need to give us that link.
Nothing happened between what you just heard and what you're hearing
Yeah.
now, but we're talking about our high school teachers now. And Mr. Fusnot was awesome because he used to bet me that I wouldn't do my homework to try to get me to do my homework. And he bet me a Snickers bar. Every fucking day that we had homework, he'd be like, I bet you won't do it. And I'd be like, bet you a Snickers bar? And he'd be like, right on. And I'd just stop at Giant on the way into school and grab a Snickers bar and give it to him. And he's like, I mean, okay, I'll take a free Snickers bar. Every day he'd sit there, he would relish that Snickers bar. He loved that thing. And eventually I was like, well, I don't want to do my homework. Now he loves these Snickers bars so much.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it was.
Well, no, I wasn't doing my homework anyway,
Yeah.
but like, even if I had wanted to, I wouldn't have really wanted to.
Imagine he'd be the one, like, dejected when you turned the paper in.
Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, I did my homework, and he'd be like, oh,
Man.
kind of got low
I didn't
blood
bring,
sugar.
I didn't bring lunch.
I stopped bringing lunch because I was getting free Snickers bars every day.
It's like my doctor said that Snickers bar perfectly balances things out.
Oh, I might not poop for a week.
Shit.
I loved his class specifically because the girl who sat behind me and I hated her boyfriend at the time. And he sat across the room. So, and whenever he would have us work together, it was always like, you four, you know. And it drove him fucking nuts that his girlfriend was like talking to me nicely and I would make her laugh. Still love it. Still relish that feeling.
Yeah, I never had Farmer. I never had Pettis either. Like, I feel like I missed out on a lot of the
Pettis
cool teachers.
was...
Skeevy?
Huh?
Skeevy?
I wouldn't say skeevy.
Okay.
Like,
I never had him either.
Yeah, as a class, it was regimented. It was boot camp. He was an entertaining teacher, but nothing. It was always, you sit there, you take your notes. At the end of the week, we'll have a quiz. After 3 weeks, we'll have a test. Then we're moving on. And never did it differ from that.
Who was teaching history?
Yeah.
I guess you can kind of teach history that way.
Yeah, it was just him orating to you. It was very much like a college course. But he was entertaining. But
I didn't have Pettis or skis.
I had skis.
I had skis
a couple
on and off.
times. I had skis twice because I failed.
Yeah, I had skis twice. I had McConaughey twice, and then I had skis twice.
Oh, God, what did McConaughey teach?
History.
I don't remember.
Social studies.
Yeah.
I don't think I had him. I think he started teaching that. Like, I think I had Mr. Schatz for that.
Oh, and then
And
went
then
up
he
to
became
assistant
vice principal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's how that happened.
Because he was vice principal when I got there
Hmm.
already.
McConaughey was a good time.
Yeah, it was great.
Like, he'd throw us back out, and he wouldn't really want to do anything, so he'd just tell everybody to read, and then he'd start ranting about how he just wants to go home and watch the horses and
God.
drink his skim milk.
Yeah, he was,
Skim milk.
You know what that skim
That's
milk
code.
was.
that's code for old Milwaukee.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Would he call beer skim milk?
Yeah.
I don't know if it was always
I wanna
skim
go-
milk,
yeah,
but like
alcohol.
he'd always drink his milk, and he wasn't a
God.
milk fiend like you.
I was going to say, if he's drinking skim milk and looking forward to it, me and this guy ain't going to get along.
Yeah, let me tell you, when I worked at Giant for like 2 years. He'd come in there often. Never saw any fucking dairy in his cart.
Yeah, I don't think I like him. Guess how much a fucking gallon of whole milk costs in Wisconsin?
How much?
$2.
Is that a lot?
Nope.
Okay.
Go to Sheetz, it's $5 here.
Oh, damn.
Go to Aldi, it's 3 something. Probably closer to 4.
Well,
Yeah, apparently in a lot of other states, if you go to Aldi, milk is $1 a gallon.
why is it so much here?
We have minimum pricing for
Dairy?
milk specifically.
Well, we do have a big dairy contingent.
So does Wisconsin, though?
Yeah, right.
So, like, I feel
Different
like...
milk mafias.
Yeah. I feel like... For the
I feel like
first
that's
time in my
Yakuza
life...
sub-story.
I feel like for the first time in my life, like, the government subsidizing the dairy farmers by making us all pay more for milk is probably a good thing. Because the dairy farmers in Wisconsin have massive fucking factories where they've got hundreds of heads of cattle hooked up to these milking machines so that they can outproduce their
Yeah.
competitors. Or in Pennsylvania, they don't have to do that because they just get paid a good price for their product. So, like, it's probably not contributing to, like, climate change as much and all that.
They don't actually have milk machines in there. They just got Hank the second.
Sucking on them cow titters.
That's why he's so cheap. I can't, in good faith, pay full price for this.
Look, this guy has sucked on so many cow titties today. I'm not paying top dollar for him to put my dick in his mouth. This is just what he does.
Yeah. It's how a country boy survives.
And he's probably going to try to sell it to somebody as milk.
But that just lets you know he's good at it.
I guess so.
You can suck off that many cows in a day.
I don't think you have to suck the cow off to get the milk.
Try telling that to Hank.
Well, he doesn't know that they're udders. He thinks he's sucking dicks.
Yeah, he thinks he's real good at it, too, because it comes right out.
Oh, my God.
And it doesn't stop.
It doesn't stop. He just keeps going until, you're probably exhausted. I'll move on to the next one. 2 inches over here.
I'd say poor Hank if he wasn't a trumper.
Oak Ridge boys. Trumpers do.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck the Oak Ridge boys.
Yeah. That's right.
Fuck Randy Travis with a 12-inch plastic toy.
I wonder what Mungo Jerry's political alignment is.
Oh, damn. I wonder what Mojo Nixon's political alignment is.
Do you really have to?
No.
Yeah. Mojo Nixon could be. He could
kind of go either way.
He could go in. He could be in that Reverend Horton Heat category.
He could be.
Yeah.
He could be a libertarian.
Yeah, he could be. Yeah, I don't know.
Running around with that damn Jello Biafra.
Well, fucking Jello.
You stop hanging out with that communist Mojo.
Jello's pro-vaccine. That's good enough for me.
Yeah, but at the same time, Jello just feels a little gross. I mean, the guy, not the food product. That also does, too.
Yeah.
But unless you're into it. Also, depending on what you're doing with it, I guess.
Exactly.
If you're eating it, it probably doesn't feel super gross, but like if you're rubbing it on your junk.
I would never do that.
No? Why?
It's cold.
Well, like get to room temp.
Room
temp.
Room temp Jello.
Rum temp Jello on the balls. Better than Gold Bond. It doesn't keep them from smelling or sweating.
No, it's just weird.
It honestly makes them sticky and lime scented.
Is Jello, or was it High C? Was like one of the original like try to dye your hair things at home. Was it High C or was it Jello? Kool-Aid, was it?
Kool-Aid, I think.
Kool-Aid,
okay.
Yeah. Like the packets that don't have the sugar in them already.
Yeah. Didn't really work.
Neither did Manic Panic, if we're being honest.
It worked. Manic Panic worked for a while, and then it just falls off. Like it doesn't dye your hair; it just covers the hair, and then it comes off.
Apparently, they've come a long way.
I'm sure they have.
Casey's been using Manic Panic lately, and it's working.
Jello itself was like spike your hair.
Oh,
I remember Knox.
Yeah, gelatin.
And I tried Knox. I didn't like Knox. Knox is a fucking mess.
I don't want to think about Knox.
Yeah, no. So all those recipes, like, oh, use glue, oh, use this, use that, like that was all because they didn't have hair products that could fucking do it at the time. Like, it's not the recommended way. Use some hair gel; it'll work.
Yeah.
I'm so glad.
I don't know. Hair gel never worked for me. My hair was too thick.
Yeah.
It weighed itself down.
I didn't have that problem.
Well,
I wouldn't have that problem anymore.
It's so awesome that I don't like still have to put hair gel in my hair and then hold my head upside down and hair dry it every morning.
Oh, you had great punk rock hair though.
For a couple of years.
I've been
that was when it was important.
Yeah, I rode that horse until it was completely gone.
I've been thinking about just doing the Dexter Holland thing, just like bleach it and then like spike it up, but still have the big ass beard. I think it would be pretty amusing. Yeah.
I'm gonna go skin whenever it's time. I'm going skin tight.
When
keep,
it's time.
keep the beard. That'll be my look.
Yeah, I almost grew my hair out. I was letting it get longer. I was getting more and more annoyed at how much time I had to spend drying it when I'd get out of the shower.
Mhm.
And finally, I just said, you know what, fuck this. Grabbed the clippers, buzzed it off. It's
Every time I
is
cut
what
it,
it is.
I make
Yeah.
it. I go like a little shorter and a little shorter.
Yeah.
It was just like, okay, I can deal with this. All right, that's good. Yeah, okay. Each time, I'm like, yeah, it's still okay.
Yeah,
You could rock a bald head.
I'm
You totally could. It's just getting you used to it.
Honestly, I wouldn't care. The most annoying part would be people talk. Oh, you shaved your head. That would be annoying.
Yeah. Until everybody that you know gets over it,
Yeah,
it would be annoying.
and just so long, like I told Dee, I was like, when you're ready, just tell me you're okay with it, and I'll do it. She's like, no, I think you've got a couple years left. I was like, okay, but don't let me get to comb over status. Like, I can't see me. I can see me from here, not from here.
Nobody sees a man with a comb over as like a young woman and says, "That's the man I'm gonna
I
marry."
know. There's a guy in in the Joe Bob Facebook group, and he posts video reviews, and he's like, right, it's just like very bare bones YouTube channel, but he's got the biggest goddamn comb over I've ever seen in my
Is it
life.
Joe Bob?
No.
Oh.
No, it's just one of the guys in the
Oh,
group.
okay. Like, I didn't think Joe Bob Briggs had a comb
No.
over.
And like,
What's happened to Joe Bob Briggs?
I gave the guy a courtesy follow because like, even if I don't watch it, whatever. Maybe I'll come across the movie that I haven't seen. That's interesting. And someone like commented and they were like, "Dude, love the review, but what's with the comb over?" And I'm like, "Don't say anything." Like,
You're not supposed to point it out.
we're all thinking it, but goddamn it, you can tell this guy has an issue.
That poor man.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, it's like
I mean, you're like there before the grace of God go on.
like
So yeah, don't say anything.
yeah, like it's like I combed over my arm. It's
Aw.
No, I saw pictures that they posted from it might have been that
the jamboree.
the jamboree,
Mhm.
yeah. And I just felt so sad for the horror community because I was like looking at the guys with Linnea Quigley and Darcy, the male girl, I guess she calls herself now. And it's just like, this is the best our community has to offer.
I know. I think they're so. I hope that COVID has a part to play in it. All the fine
Fucking thin them out because they're mutant.
No, I mean like hopefully all the fine, upstanding, young-looking gentlemen and ladies just stayed home.
I hope COVID gets rid of these chuds.
Oh my God.
That's not what I meant at all. Not at all. Lest we say I was really thinking about going to that, but I had to work that weekend. And I'm glad I didn't because it got like rained out and then it was like 90 degrees immediately after.
Your T-shirt just reminded me. Do you see they announced tour dates?
Again?
That's good.
New ones?
Yeah. Like a week ago?
They announced them a while ago.
Oh, I just saw a post like a week ago. Oh.
They announced a full tour like a while ago.
All the dates and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I hadn't seen anything until like a week ago.
Oh, we even
shit.
talked about it.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
I think we
T-Neck
talked about how like
was-
the closest show is either T-Neck or is it
DC.
DC?
DC is probably the one to go to.
I don't know, man.
Honestly, I wouldn't do it. I want to do it to see Blitzkid again, but I don't trust where things are at
I know.
with COVID,
Just watch the Death by Jersey DVD.
right?
Yeah, I know. That's my issue.
Even though they fucking edited it out, Ghoul's smacking me with a.
I've got proof of it. I've got the proof. I found the tape. I've got it saved.
Well, they edited out him stealing my fucking facial hair, too, so...
I know. That's. But I talked to Dee about it, and at first she made me laugh because I was like, it's like, it's either Teaneck or DC, but they keep saying there's going to be a Philly date later on in the tour, and that's like...
I'm not going to Philly for them. Not in COVID.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know that the shows are going to happen.
I know, I don't think they are either.
That's really disappointing. I mean, I hope that they eventually do get to do a tour, because everybody wants it.
I mean, it's like Doug was talking before you showed up. They're not even projecting the Delta variant to hit its peak until next year.
Yeah. And I think the dates for Teaneck and
they're at the beginning.
DC
They're in February.
It was like February, yeah. Oh.
Dee did make me laugh because she was...
I got the thing.
I did see that. I saw that, yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy.
So fucking... It's a cool piece to have. I was talking to her about it. She was like, well, you can't trust the people that run concerts. She was like, you should get tickets for DC. And I was like, well, it's not that. And I was like, did you just say, like, basically, like, fuck promoters? I was like, what?
She watched the Fire Festival documentary.
I was like,
she was like, if you can't trust R. Kelly, who can you trust?
Oh, my God.
I was like, and that was my point. I was like, I'd love to go, but...
Yeah, I mean, I haven't bought tickets.
No, I know.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where I would love to see them, but it's like when they were talking about moving Trioxin Fest to this October, I think it was. Mm-hmm. In my mind, it's just like, fucking no.
Yeah,
okay, this is... I mean, even knowing the vaccine's rolling out...
Especially if it's going to be a multiple-day festival. Like,
oh, yeah, fuck that. I would never...
I wouldn't do that again after COVID. Yeah.
No. Look, I enjoyed Trioxin Fest. But day 2, I enjoyed it sitting outside on the curb hearing all of the same things I heard the day before.
Right.
I did not have to stand in this cramped-ass, hot-as-hell building.
I think the only band that really did much of anything different the second day was CK5, right?
No, Blitzkid played a different set.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, they were the main two that we were there to see, so that was nice.
Yeah. No, the one when they were talking about this October, I was like, these motherfuckers are going to put the Green Goblin Project and the Crimson Ghost on 2 different days. I know they're going to.
Yeah.
Sure enough, it was going to be, and I was like, God damn it.
Just so people stick around for both days?
I mean, fuck. That's what I would have done if I were promoting it.
Yeah.
So, probably.
Fuck. It's just not a good idea to me. Like, if you're going to have a fest, have a fest. Don't have the same lineup 2 days in a row, with the exception of a band.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was that the original plan all along? Was to sell one out and then...
I think the original plan was just to do one day, wasn't it?
Well,
yeah.
Officially it was, but...
And they were like, well, we sold out so fast, let's do another day.
Yeah.
But they hadn't planned to do anything different for the second day. They just figured that people who couldn't get in the first day would get tickets for the second.
We just all stayed there.
We just all stayed, yeah.
Yeah.
Made a weekend of it. Didn't even have to go to Ohio.
No.
Thank Christ.
All things being the same, the drive to Teaneck was bad, but it really wasn't an awful venue and area.
No, the venue was fine.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the venue.
I didn't like the area. I like
the
area.
You anti-Semite, you.
I didn't like the people in the area. Okay. And I was telling Rob and Nicole about this the other day. Like, for a people as persecuted as the Jews were, you'd think they wouldn't be so fucking rude and mean to everyone. But they were fucking rude and mean to everyone.
That African restaurant, it was an African restaurant we went to, right?
Ooh, I think it might have been a Caribbean.
That's what it was. Yeah, it was Caribbean.
So.
They were nice as hell.
Oh, yeah, they were. Oh, that was amazing food.
Because they were like, you guys are the most normal thing we've seen here. All the Jewish people on this block hate us. Yeah. And when they told us that, I would have thought, like, you fucking racist assholes. But then after 2
Right.
days of T-neck, like I watched families walk down the street just talking out loud and laughing at punks and just talking shit like old men.
Yeah.
Like, you people are fucking horrible.
Yeah. Also,
Horrible as people, not horrible as Jews.
Yeah. As human beings.
yeah. I mean, a lot of the people that they were laughing at would probably be the first ones to stick up for
Yeah.
them.
Yep,
They were
exactly.
getting persecuted.
Fucking
again.
exactly.
Like, you're laughing at Antifa right now. Why would you do that?
Well,
They didn't know that we were going to.
Yeah, they didn't know how things were going to end up.
Yeah. They might have thought twice about it if they knew that the Nazis were coming back
Yeah,
in force.
right.
T-neck was a weird place.
Yeah.
The actual, specifically the venue itself, I did like.
Yeah.
I would go to that venue again. Would not want to spend a whole lot of time hanging out outside the venue. It wasn't my kind of town.
Yeah.
Because all the Jews.
You already used your click, Doug.
I did.
Who were terrible as humans, not as Jews.
Yeah, no, I mean, well, and like all the food that we got there while we were there was great.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing. It's just the people were like, man, they didn't want to fucking sell it to
Yeah.
us.
I remember when we got ramen, and I'm like halfway through my food, and you go to Josh, you're like, you're not getting anything? And Josh is like, no, I'm not going to eat something strange in a far off land, basically. And I'm like, God damn it, he's right. What if
Meanwhile, I've got my face in my mouth.
I'm like, what if why am I trying something new?
I like trying new things when I know that I'm going to have the safety of my own house to shit it all out in.
Me and Casey and Richard were all on team fuck yeah ramen, and Ken was on board until
Yeah.
you pointed out the possible ill-conceivedness of this.
Like, we're going to spend another 12 hours in a hot venue
I know. It's like, oh
with
no.
like one dual sex bathroom. You have six people who just ate ramen trying to use that toilet.
Just recently found out they made a second Zombieland movie.
I watched 3 minutes of it probably.
Wow. That's bad.
But I didn't. I was just like,
We watched more of Manos than that.
I started watching. I was just like, don't know if I want to take the time.
Zombieland 2 was okay.
Yeah.
It was a sequel that should have happened,
Oh yeah, it was
10
way
years
too
ago?
late, Yeah.
and if it had happened 10 years ago, I'm like, okay, this is just fine. But when you're already so far removed from Zombieland, it's just like,
Yeah.
I'm watching this because whatever.
If you're going to do the lazy cash grab sequel, you have to kind of do it right away. Strike while the iron's hot.
No, I mean, it was a perfectly fine movie. I don't have anything bad to say about it. It wasn't the best timing. I don't know why they didn't strike while the iron was hot.
Yeah.
Walking Dead, everyone still loved it.
Yeah. True.
Now it's 10 years later.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, why do we have 4 of these shows?
Oh my god, they're doing another season of the main show?
And everybody that watches it is nobody you want to talk to in real life at this point.
Oh god.
The only people left watching it are people that have wrapped their entire identity around Daryl Dixon or whatever his name is.
I fucking roll my eyes now when somebody tells me that they're a Marvel fan. Like, I immediately decide that I don't really want to talk to them anymore. Because I'm like 80% sure that what they mean is they love the fucking Marvel movies that Disney's cranking out. And I'm like, oh, I could not care less about those movies. Like, I don't want to say it either, because then you'll try to talk to me about them and try to get me to watch them, and I don't care.
Yeah, right.
Well, Doug, I know you say you don't care, but no.
As someone who watches them and enjoys them, they're not high entertainment.
They're not.
Like, the thing that drives me nuts, it's like, oh, they're like, yes, they're doing cool things with these ideas, but they're from fucking comic books.
If you already know the story, do you really need
Like,
to...
if you can enjoy it like a visual comic book, then it's a win for me.
Sure.
You know, like the recent Suicide Squad. It was a blast. It's fucking stupid.
I have actually heard that this
It's very funny. It's very well done. Very gory. Yeah.
It's.
But I was just like, it's dumb, and it's a comic. Like, let's not forget what comic books are. You know.
It's dumb to me though to watch people like Scorsese get all offended about them.
Yeah, that's
like
what
just fucking let it exist. Go do your own thing, okay?
Scorsese cares too much about the
absolutely.
Like, dude, if you think that comic books have ruined cinema so much, well, make your thing that's going to redeem it.
Yeah,
because it wasn't the fucking Irishman. After waiting for it for like 25 fucking years.
And the flip side of that coin is, maybe it's not how it should be, but guess what's keeping movie theaters afloat?
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah, you know.
Although, the argument could be made that movie theaters can get fucked.
Yeah.
I haven't enjoyed going to see a movie in a theater for a real long time.
I don't think movie theaters really have a incentive to upgrade their place. Like, if you get a brand new movie theater, okay, you go in, you've got the giant fucking recliners and everything, but movie theaters are essentially dead.
Yeah.
In the past 15 years that I've gone to movies, I've gone to movies alone, and I've been one of like 5 people in a theater, I'd say 95% of the time.
The only time there's people in the theater is because we go to see Star Wars and Marvel movies.
Yeah,
day
opening
one.
weekend or something.
I mean,
that's the only, because I go to movie. I not anymore, but pre-pandemic I would go to movies a lot, like you, by myself, just to go see something.
Yeah,
there's no one there.
Yeah, Regal or Hoyts or whatever it is. I forget which one they became, but they have not upgraded any of their shit in 20 years. And I totally get it.
Yep.
Like, where would they even get the money? They have these giant 100 people rooms, several of them. I think there's like 16 theaters in Regal.
Yeah, like
if they're filling 2 of those seats a show.
Yeah, that's a lot. Like,
and as someone,
they're not making any money those days.
Not at all. Like, and I'm somebody who likes the experience of going to the movies and sitting in the theater and watching a movie. I probably don't anymore, to be honest with you. Like I said, I haven't done it in a year and a half. Probably wouldn't like it at this point.
We have a good system in our living room now.
Yeah, I know. I've got
couch.
the 7-foot screen in my basement, and you know what? We watched one of the things we do whenever there's a Marvel movie. We take my mom and we go see it, or Star Wars or whatever.
Yeah, and
just come over and watch it in my basement, Mom.
Yeah.
Those big previews. Previews, is that the word?
Tentpoles.
Tentpoles?
That's what they call those movies.
Oh. Well, no, I was going to say those big premieres is what I was thinking.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the first, 3 nights those movies are in the theater are the only nights people are in the theater. And
that's why those are the only nights that count when they're looking at whether the movie was a success or not.
Yeah, the only other times those places do business are when they'd do their riff tracks nights or their
special events,
Fathom
events, and
Fathom
stuff.
events
when they would do
when something special was
screenings. Like they started doing digital screenings of old horror movies. I watched Nightmare on Elm Street with a new digital transfer, and I'm like, I get to watch Nightmare on Elm Street 1 in a theater.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I mean, I have Nightmare on Elm Street 1 on my Plex.
Yeah, right.
It's 1080p.
They're doing, as the marketing team called it every time they mentioned the movie, the Transformers the movie.
Oh my god.
They're doing a 2-night Fathom event of that in September, and I'm like,
yeah. I saw the Goldbergs episode about it.
I'm not going to see any kids actually cry at this one, so kind of want to go, but kind of don't really want to go. I don't know.
All right, well,
I think the old part of and a half years ago was like, you should go, and the rest of me's like,
We didn't have shit to talk about tonight, and we somehow stretched it into like 2.5 hours of
Yeah.
a cohesive conversation.
How long have we done?
So
138. We are 138.
we are 138.
We are 138. Thanks for listening.
Let's play some games and wrap this puppy up.
All right.
If there's a discrepancy between the time that you see in
Yeah.
your player
There
and
will be.
the 138 we just told you, that's in your
Yeah,
imagination.
it's probably
There's
more like
nothing that
130.
we cut out.
Yeah, we were
It will be 138 soon.
saying horrible things about people that can't be aired.
Spark, take a look at this subspace news article. Some fool blew his own face off while cleaning a loaded phaser.
Fascinating, Captain. Was it someone aboard the Enterprise?
No, Spark, it happened in Florida.
All right, 3 headlines this week. They take place in Georgia, North Carolina, and of course Florida. Because what would it happen in Florida, or what the Florida, or whatever we call this be if there was no Florida?
True.
Georgia or North Carolina, though.
All right. Headline
Basically
number
Florida.
1.
Yeah.
Man turns himself into police 20 years after faking his death to avoid arrest, only to learn he was never wanted by the police.
Whoops.
Whoops.
He's
amazing.
been eating out of trash cans and shit for 20 years.
Oh my God.
He's been living like fucking David Bader in the hole.
And it's just been written at him, and he's like, you know what? I give up.
Yeah.
Here I am.
I will take the punishment.
And they were like,
Who the fuck are you?
that's so good. I mean, it's terrible, but
Headline number 2. Man arrested for making real and valid threat to shoot a judge during social media live stream.
Did he specifically say, this threat is real and valid?
Yes. Yes. He showed his gun
it
and he
wasn't
clarified it's a real and valid threat.
that wasn't
The judge is
a
gonna get it.
legal term.
No,
I
that-
thought that was like he was found to have made a real and valid threat,
No.
and so they were able to prosecute him for it.
No.
He voiced it.
Oh, he said that shit.
He assured them it is real and valid.
Oh my
Lawyers
God.
were like, it's funny you use the exact terms we need to hear.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's like that guy from that porn site being like, so just to be sure that we have this straight, I do not have your consent to put my dick in you right now.
Headline number 3. 2 men killed by a train while mourning the death of their brother, who was killed by a train in the exact same spot.
Oh my God. It's all Florida.
Oh my.
I don't even remember who the champ is
I
anymore.
don't either.
It is you.
Is it?
Yeah.
There's no advantage here. Once again, there's zero advantage. I'm gonna put the train in North Carolina. I'm gonna put the gun in Georgia, and I'm gonna put the fucking. What did he think they wanted him for? I'm putting him in Florida.
Ken?
I can't believe that. All right, I'll put David Banner from the Hulk in I'll put him in North Carolina. I'll put the gun in Georgia, and that leaves the other one for Florida.
All right. You were both correct. The gun is in Georgia.
Okay.
So that means one of us went 3 for 3?
Correct? One of you just went 4 for 4. Winner and still champion of the world, the Dollar Menu Kid.
Oh, hell yeah. Maybe there was an advantage. Were you going to pick my picks if I didn't go first?
No.
All right.
I have mine picked.
All right, gentlemen,
It's
and
a
now...
fair and
4
square
for
win.
4? What's 4 for 4 mean?
You
Well,
guessed.
you said one of us went 3 for 3,
Yeah.
and you were correct, so you went 4
Oh,
for
okay.
4.
Okay, I get it. I'm a little slow on the upchuck.
Last but not least, it is time for the joke of the week.
Here, in its natural habitat, on a tiny islet off the coast of Belgium, we observe the majestic and elusive Joke of the Week.
Why couldn't the green pepper practice archery? A little bit of a tongue twister there. Why was the green pepper unable to practice archery?
I got nothing.
Because he wasn't the Green Arrow.
Because he didn't have an arrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joke of the week, everybody. Thanks for listening.
But you cannot comprehend with...
You're fired, Adam. You're all washed up in this business.